All right, so in this video, we're gonna walk you guys through our process of making recycled skateboard pencils using BridgeCity Toolworks Pencil Precision, which is an excellent tool. And the coolest part about this is I'm narrating this video, but Leo and Dustin totally made this by themselves. So shout out to these guys. So the first step that you're seeing us do here is we're taking the veneer components that we have already cut for tables, and we're using these to make the stock for our pencils. And these veneer components are cut into 3/16 inch veneers, which is about the thickness of 1/2 of the pencil. So when you buy the Pencil Precision, it comes with enough stock to make some pencils from some cedar stock. And we're basically taking those dimensions and replicating them using recycled skateboard material, which is what you're seeing Leo do here. And I think the dimensions of these guys are about 3/16 of an inch thick by 1/2 inch wide, and I believe they're 8.5 inches long. And that's what you're seeing us do here. So each of these pencils is made from 2 halves. So just like any other BridgeCity Toolworks tool, the Pencil Precision is beautifully packed, and it really makes you appreciate the time and effort that they put into creating these tools. So as you can see, it comes in this beautiful white leather case, and everything is put in these well-organized foam cutouts to make storage and use a piece of cake. And what we're doing is we take the main jig component and we hook it onto the side of our workbench. And this ensures that when you're using the block plane, it doesn't slide around. And then from there, you put in 1/2 of your pencil blank and secure it. And there's a little screw on the back side that you can use to tighten that piece. And then from there, we're taking the block plane that comes with the kit, and you go back and forth, really just forward. You go forward over and over and remove material until you can't anymore. And what you're doing is you're actually adding a groove into the stock, and you're changing the thickness of it slightly. And the groove is actually 1/2 of the groove that fits around the lead in the center of the pencil. Because what you're doing is you're making the pencils in 2 separate halves, and then we'll glue them together. So you just keep going until your block plane stops removing material, and then you know you've got the perfect thickness. And then you do it again on the other half, and then you have this. So it's a square block at this point. And then from there, we're gonna take those 2 halves and we go back to the jig and we put them into angled component sections. And you have to make sure that the lead channels are facing the correct direction, because if you don't, you'll end up having to redo your pencil, which we did the hard way a few times. So pay attention to that. And then it's the same process. You take your block plane and you go over until there's no more material coming off. And then once you've done that, you flip them over and you do it one more time. And this makes sure that you have that angle cut on both sides of each half. And again, you have to make sure you're aligning it correctly, or else you will have to redo this. So you go until no more material comes off, and then you're left with a perfect hexagon shaped pencil, but there's no lead in it. So that's what we're doing here. You take the lead, and this comes with the kit, and you take each half and you put some glue on it. So what Dustin is using here is Titebond 3. I use all sorts of wood glues, and any wood glue would work for this, but I have found Titebond 3 to be the best glue on the market when it comes to recycled skateboard crafts. Recycled skateboards are made in a really weird way. So what I've learned is with Titebond 3, it has a higher viscosity and it seems to seep into the wood grain better. I just feel like it's a better glue. I'm gonna be honest, you don't need near as much glue as what Dustin used in this video, but I wasn't there this day, so I can't complain. He did a good job. So once you have glue on both halves, you then take the little clamps that come with the Pencil Precision, and you use those to insert the pencil into each side, and this holds it in place. And then from there, you go back to the jig on the end, and you can use this as a clamp to clamp the middle. You want to make sure that you're clamping on a flat side of the pencil and not a ridge so you don't mar it. After 30 minutes, you can take the clamps off of each end, and then you can begin the sanding process. So had I been there today, I would have told Dustin to use a wet rag to wipe off some of the excess glue in the clamping process, just to avoid all the sanding on the back end. But either way, you're gonna have to sand your pencil. So that's what you're seeing Dustin do here. And I believe he's probably starting with 100 grit, and we always sand up to 320. So once we've gotten our pencil sanded up to 320 and we're happy with the finish, it's time to put the eraser on. So we use the eraser jig that comes with the Pencil Precision. And what you're seeing us do here is take the pencil and we're going into the larger hole, and you press this lever down as you insert. And once you do that, you begin turning, and the razor on the lever actually scores the top layer of the wood. So we have an exact place for the eraser holder to stop. So once we've scored the wood in that hole using the lever and that blade, we turn the jig on its side, and there's another hole with another razor. So we're using the larger hole, and you press in and then you pull out and turn the pencil. And every time that you do this, it removes a little chunk of material. As you make the full 360-degree rotation, you remove enough material for the eraser holder to slip on. And these erasers and eraser holders come with the Pencil Precision kits. They're super nice. It's definitely an elevated detail on any pencil that I've ever seen. So then once you slide the eraser into the eraser holder, you take that same jig and you press into the bottom component with the pencil and the eraser. And this gives you just something to hold on to so that you can press the eraser on. We found that it helps to add a little dot of CA glue just to hold it on forever. But as you can see, we have a finished product. So now we'll add a spray polyurethane or a spray lacquer, and then she's done. The Pencil Precision is a really great tool that an advanced woodworker can utilize or a beginning woodworker can utilize to make a truly unique product. So thank you, BridgeCity Toolworks. I look forward to making some more pencils, and these guys will be available soon on our site.